to the Virtual Groom Room. My name is Jack, your host, and today I am bringing you another shaving video. This is going to be a part impressions video and a part conversation. The conversation will happen after the impressions, but I'll get into that a bit later. The impressions is going to be of the Zaharoff, or Zaharoff, however you want to say it. This is a collab between Zaharoff and Gentleman's Nod. The difference with this collab and most dupes are frankly the oils are bought from some sort of catalog and whacked in a soap, and it's now a Virgin Island water dupe. It's now a Creed Aventus dupe. This, on the other hand, was a direct collaboration between both of the companies, so Gentleman's Nod and Zaharoff. They worked together to bring this scent into life and bring it to soap, which is, for me, it's really, really cool because you don't see that too often. Let's talk a bit about the scent then. So the scent. Well, when it comes to things like this, I think it's kind of useless me giving you loads of scent notes because they don't represent anything to you. All I would say is the scent is very wearable, it's very masculine, and it's definitely like a cologne. If you have the cologne, then by all means, you're going to love this. If you don't have the cologne, that is the way I would describe it. It's fairly clean, it has a hint of spice, and it's the sort of thing that I think is wearable for loads of different types of occasions. It's not a casual scent. You can use this for something like a job interview or formal events. It would work suitably, in my opinion. The scent as a whole is probably about a 7 out of 10. It's quite strong, like most of Gentleman's Nod scents. They tend to be more prominent, especially off of the puck and when lathered. They last. If that's your sort of thing and you like the sound of this, then this soap could definitely be for you. Let's talk about the packaging of this. I've heard a lot of people say they like the packaging. For me, quite honestly, the packaging is nothing special. This isn't too different to what they generally do. Good packaging in soap for me is Abate la Mantia. It comes with this nice cardboard box. The packaging is really well presented. This isn't too different to what Gentleman's Nod normally do, in my opinion. However, it's noticeable, it's classy, it's nice, but nothing particularly special in my opinion. Let me show you what I'm going to use for the rest of the shave, and then we'll start talking about the cardinal base in some more depth. So my razor of choice is going to be the Titanium Christopher Bradley. I'm going to go a bit more mild today, and this is the SBB plate. And inside that, I have a 14th use Wizamet. My brush today is going to be my Declaration B6 with this really nice Autumn Glory style handle. Let's get the puck open, or at least the soap open, and get loaded here. So the conversation we're going to have after I give you the impressions of this soap is going to be related to keeping it real. IMCDB, Christopher David Bailey, did a remarkable video the other day where he pretty much spoke about the content creators and the reluctancy to be honest. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. However, for now, let's kind of get a decent load on this soap. It's very dry, so all I do here, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water on the soap, like so. So I can load with a slightly wetter brush. It's better for your brushes as well, generally, I found, especially when it comes to these hand-tied knots. So let's talk about the cardinal base performance. My first experience with the cardinal base was Kanpai. The soap wasn't particularly for me in regards to scent, however, the performance is very good. Loads of people consider this to be one of the better bases around. I, on the other hand, I think it's good. I don't think it's one of the best. Again, that is completely subjective. Our skin is different, and what we need in soaps can vary drastically, so don't take my word for that. It's good. For me, it's not incredible or anything. It definitely is more than slick enough to give you a good shave. So I've got a load there. This brush is shedding like a motherfucker, as it does. So let's kind of get the specs off and get to lathering up. I'm going to talk a bit more about the performance of the soap. Okay, so for me, there's two types of soap now. You'll find with a lot of reformulations of soap, or at least new formulations, the emphasis is very much put on density. The density on this soap, I would say, is a bit higher than average. It's nothing that I would say, like, it's not Kaizen level density. If you like the Kaizen level density, this doesn't have it, but quite frankly, Kaizen, for me, it's in its own class of density, and isn't particularly necessary to get a good shave. It's just a good quality of the soap. Part of the density means it can take a lot of water, and there is that. So that's also something to take into account. The soap base as a whole is good. It's not outstanding in my opinion. And again, like I said, that's a very subjective thing to say. So don't take just my word for it. I'll get a bit more into that later in the video. But overall, I'm happy with the purchase as far as kind of like the scent goes. And ultimately, that's the most important thing. And it's important to remember that pretty much whatever you buy now in terms of performance is generally going to be good enough to get you a shave. You're not going to get many shitty performing soap bases because there's no space for that in the market. There's no reason for them to be kind of widely accepted by everyone because there's so many good things. And because of that, whatever you buy, you should probably buy it based on scent. This is a very strong scent. Like very strong. Corey, Shaving with Chief, made a remarkable point in his video. If you haven't watched his impressions of this, I suggest you go and watch it. He did a very good job. He basically said the scent is so strong that he doesn't think you could pair it with anything, and I'd have to concur. I think this scent is so powerful that you just couldn't use a different style cologne. With this, you'd have to be prepared to wear it. And there is that. I don't think it's a slight because the scent is nice. However, the strength of the scent, for me, there is downsides to really strong scents. One with very sensitive skin, I just don't think could use this, quite frankly. I couldn't use Campai consistently just because my skin reacted with the anise and frankly led to not a very enjoyable experience. I don't seem to be reacting to this yet, so that is good. So as I said, the performance of the Cardinal base, it's good at everything. It's not, and I hate to use the term elite because it's a bit pretentious, but it's not amazing at anything. But like I've said, it's way more than good enough to get you a good shave. I can get a good shave from Presso. I can get a good shave from this, I promise. And I'm not comparing this to Presso. I'm giving you an extreme to prove that you don't need a ridiculously slick, exotic soap base to get good shaves, because frankly, most of these soaps are slick. I mean, Chimeless Tuesday, I've been shaving with fucking palm olive and remarkable shaves. This, don't get me wrong, is way more luxurious than all of them. But is it necessary? No, it's not. It's not necessary at all. I'd shave with palm olive every day, happily. You know, it does exactly what I need it to. So I would say the density of this soap is slightly above average. It doesn't produce a very voluminous big lather, but I can feel a good amount of resistance on the lather there. It's easy to build density. It's quite an easy soap base to use. It's not particularly finicky, which is good because although there's a lot of finicky soap bases that are very good, but I still think there's a slight on the product if it's difficult to dial in. This, on the other hand, is not. It's very easy to use. And the scent is very, very prominent. I know I've said that a couple of times, but man, I'm telling you, it's definitely there. It's pretty in your face. Like, I smell it very, very powerfully, quite frankly. I know Gentleman's Nod has sold out of this on their website as of today, which is Saturday. You should see this on Monday. It's sold out as of Saturday. Maybe West Coast have some more. So I've managed to build really good density with this, as you can see here. However, it's not like over the top density. It's a balanced soap base, and quite frankly, balance is something that's not quite not often spoken about now. I'm really happy I'm not reacting to this because this is a very nice scent. This is the sort of cologne I would consider wearing to a kind of like a formal event or something. Okay, so enough about the soap. Let's get into the conversation we're gonna have. So, IMCDB did a video the other day where he was talking about content creators' perceived reluctancy to be honest. Now, what I would say about that is a big thing he emphasized in the video is how close we are as content creators to artisans. I put that down to having quite a tight-knit community. Not only that, but a lot of artisans that have come from this community are also hobbyists. Peter Charkalis is a hobbyist. I am very good friends with Peter. Doug Smythe at one point was definitely a hobbyist. He still collects loads of shaving stuff. So the closeness is to do with that. The people that aren't hobbyists, the people like Sri from Holy Cow, he's not a hobbyist as far as I'm aware. He's someone in the business. Now, I'm someone in the business as well. I work for Carve Shaving Co., a razor manufacturer, so that's also important to remember. What I would say is, if any of you are content creators watching this, never ever be reluctant to be honest. That is the duty we have to the community as a whole, is to just tell the truth about the products we use. But the approach there is, for me, more important. Well, just as important as the message you're trying to get across there. Let me caveat this by saying I'm a great... Corey, Shaving with Chief, is one of my best friends in the community. I talk to him every day, for quite a lot of the day. He's a very good friend of mine. However, he released a video more recently on a review, or at least impressions of his of Declaration Grooming's Dayman and Nightman. Now, I'm going to say that with that soap, I actually just got rid of it. I smelled it, thought it was terrible, and one and done. Like, I'm not investing my time into this because I just don't think it's good. I agree with pretty much all of the points he made. I just think his execution was off. And he did later come out and explain why that was the case. And I massively respect him for making that follow-up video. It shows his depth of character for doing that. But what I'm saying is he did not have reluctancy to be honest, but it does exist within some people, because what you'll get is artisans are humans. So let's say as a content creator, someone sends you something for free, and based around that, you're honest and you give them a shit review. Quite honestly, that's probably going to rub the artisan up the wrong way, and they're probably not going to send you anything again. But my answer to you would be, through being honest, you've done the right thing. Not giving a false review is the right thing to do. This soap base is good, but it's really not impressive to me, honestly. It gets the job done, but it doesn't blow me away. But then should a soap base blow me away? Probably not. So there is that. So a big thing with being in this level of, I guess, being in this position of being a content creator, I don't give loads of negative reviews, mainly because I'm quite selective about what I buy. And contrary to popular belief, pretty much everything you see me use, I do purchase myself. I get very little for free. And when I do, I tell you, and I still maintain honesty, because I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that level of trust I have between myself and my viewer. If I start becoming a shill, saying everything is good when I'm not happy with the product, I'm doing you a disservice and doing myself a disservice. So that it's within my interest for me not to do that, honestly. So an example of that, you know, you guys know I'm good friends with Peter Charkalis, and I did the impressions of the peaches and cognac, and I said I didn't like the scent. The scent isn't for me. It was too sweet. It smelled a bit synthetic. It just wasn't my thing. I think the amount of good press the artisans get in this industry, they should also be willing to take a bit of a hit on the chin as well. Considering most of what they produce is stellar, not everything is going to be hit with everyone, and there are going to be people that are willing to tell the truth and say, this just isn't for me, I don't like this doesn't appeal to me, and for me that is fucking fine. Like, if you wanna be honest, be fucking honest, because that's what we need. That's also what artisans need, in my opinion, to make a better product. Like, if the product sucks, like objectively sucks, like CDB did this review of this Naked Armor set, and honestly, it looked fucking horrendous. Like, it looked terrible, and he said it like it is. He said this isn't a good product, and I wouldn't say there needs to be more of that, because I think there is loads of that already. But all I will say to you is, if you've received things and you're reluctant to talk about it negatively, don't ever be reluctant to do that. Because in my opinion, you have a duty to your viewers to be honest. But that being said, if you're watching me, if this video is going to be the video for you to decide whether you buy this collaboration or not, go watch someone else's. They might have a different take. They might have a more similar use case to your own. And what do I mean by use case? Well, if I'm reviewing an aftershave and I say it sucks, maybe I don't like alcohol. Maybe hypothetically my skin is very dry and the aftershave just doesn't work for my skin chemistry. However, it's important that if you're trying to get a review, or if you're trying to watch a review in terms of it greater informing your buying decision, it's important that you find someone with a similar use case to your own. And I don't think that's valued enough. So I have very oily skin. So if I give you an opinion on a balm per se, and say that balm makes my skin too oily, and you have dry skin, that doesn't really that isn't regarding your use case, you know. Your use case is it probably wouldn't dry your skin, it wouldn't make your skin really oily, it would probably do a really good job for your skin. And quite honestly, it's probably exactly what you need. Something I try to do on this channel as well is I do work for carved shaving. I try my fucking hardest to not sell you anything. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. This is a good soap. Again, it's just... It's not really impressive to me, I have to say. It's good, by all means, like most things are good, but... It's plenty slick enough though, so there is that. But what do you think? I want your guys' opinion on this. What do you think about kind of content creators being honest? Do you think we lack honesty? Would you like to see more honesty? What do you want? Okay, let me get this on the face. And we'll be back for the post and the final thoughts on these products. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, post-shave time. The immediate post-shave on this is decent. It's not, it doesn't blow me away or anything, kind of like the actual performance of the soap. That being said though, we're going to give this post-shave a try. The packaging for this is nice. I do like the frosted bottle they've used for this. It's a heavy duty bottle with like a nice quality lid here, so there is that. This is an alcohol based splash, you guys know how I feel about that. It is alcohol based, but there is lots of skin food in here too. So something Corey did really well is he went away and said how his face feels after a few minutes. I would say my immediate face feel is actually very impressive. It feels very hydrated, it's not tacky. Well, it's slightly tacky. However, I can tell it's gonna dry down to quite a nice face feel. Now, it's important for me to differentiate the difference between scent in aftershave and scent in cologne. Scent in aftershave, well, there's two big differences. Scent in aftershave should last an hour or two. A cologne, however, will last a long time. A good cologne should last up to like 4 hours or something. This, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. I'll put in the description how long the scent lasts. But I mean, it's a very, very prominent scent. Quite honestly, it's one of the most powerful scents I think I've ever used in shaving, which makes the 7 I gave it in terms of scent strength wrong. I think it's actually much higher than that. At least it's a nice scent, so there is that. Because frankly, a scent this strong isn't something that actually appeals to me that much. I like scents maybe about 6 or a 7, but this is higher than that, so bear that in mind. Let's go over what we used today. Final thoughts on Zaharoff. I don't do reviews, I do first impressions. I think if you do reviews of things, you need to be able to use something consistently. I've used this specific soap once. Is it good? Absolutely. Is it phenomenal? No, I don't think it is. I think the performance is exactly what you need to get a great shave. Is it, for me, comparable to my favorite bases? I don't think it is. I don't think it's quite as good as those. The scent on this, however, is the reason I would buy it. The scent is lovely. The scent is exactly what you want for something, like if you're going to take a soap onto a business trip or something, this is perfect for that. But the performance is decent. The scent is really what would make me buy that. The Christopher Bradley in titanium, I love this thing. I want to get some more plates, but we need to fulfill the waitlist orders before I get anything else, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. The brush is one of my favorites, and this is the Declaration B6 in the Autumn Glory colorway. Absolutely love it. And the post shave, which I can feel is going to be a very, very good post shave at the moment. There'll be more details in my detailed description. Zaharoff signature with this really nice frosted bottle and this high quality lid. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the shave today and enjoyed the conversation. Like I said, do you think we lack honesty? Do you think we have enough honesty? What do you think? I'd love to know. I would say most of us hold a pretty high level of integrity in terms of being honest. At least the people I watch anyway. Don't get me wrong, I do think there are people that are reluctant to be honest. And my response to you is do not be, because you are doing yourself a disservice and not being honest about the product you're using. I believe that you have a duty to the community as a whole to say whether you like a product or not. Quite frankly, most of this is subjective, so don't look at it as a huge slight on the artisan. The way I like to see it, and like I've said before, I think the artisans get so much good press that they are shoo-in for some bad press sometimes, and it just is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. My name is Jack, your host from the Virtual Groom Room. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day, and goodbye for now.